You are whisking, you are whisking, you are whisking, but you are whisking with only one of two parts that we're going to be offering today.
Yes, sir.
This is the set of two silicone balloon and ball whisk set. Which one is this?
This is the ball set.
The ball set.
Sorry. The balloon.
The balloon is this set.
This
now,
one and the ball
why
set.
is the balloon set different than a regular whisk?
Well, look, there are silicone balls on there, so when you whisk inside a bowl or things like this, it actually scrapes the bowl. You can use this in a nonstick pan, and of course it whisks a little bit better too. It adds air, and this is the ball set, which is really good for incorporating air, for going straight down to a pan. All these points hit the bottom, as you can see that. So as you're whisking, it scrapes also. So it's
for scrambling eggs.
Scrambling eggs, for adding air. I just whipped that whipped cream there. For sauces, for liquids. If you need a heavier duty one, maybe for batters and things like that, that's why this is the round one.
This brand called?
KOCHBLUME.
KOCHBLUME.
Yes.
Number one cook brand in Germany, at QVC Germany.
Yeah.
This means cook flour. Now we're showing you a regular whisk and showing you one of the two whisks in the set here.
And I just want to show why this whisk. Why is this design so good? Well, because when you do things that are like liquid, I'm just going to take a regular sort of wire whisk and this one here and go straight back and forth. I'll do the same point. When you use the ball whisk, it actually brings all of that oil and water down. It drives it down. I'm just going back and forth and it mixes it together.
It emulsifies it.
It emulsifies it, right. So for your sauces, for your salad dressings and things, it just works a lot better. That's the difference. And that's why this one works, and I'll just mix this.
I had a cooking instructor tell me once that emulsification is not coughing. Emulsification is getting two things that don't get along to hold hands.
Yeah.
And so in this case, it's oil and water because they typically don't go together. We have these in color choices. You choose a color because it matches your kitchen or makes you smile. They all do exactly the same job. Now, this one is red. This is graphite. This is aqua. And finally, we have it in green. $24. Are these dishwasher safe?
Dishwasher safe, yeah. And they're silicone, so they won't melt. So say if you want to use this in a pan, like I'm just making a roux here. And I love this for cooking in a pan, this one here, because all 11 of the silicone balls touch the bottom, but it won't scratch. So don't use your wire whisks with your nonstick.
And a roux should turn the color of putty.
Yep.
And you're cooking it until you cook the raw flour taste out of it, and you mix flour or cornstarch with a fat of some kind. In this case, I think it's melted butter.
Yeah, this is melted butter, right.
And a lot of people make cheese sauces out of roux.
Oh, yeah.
Or they make a bechamel sauce for...
Bechamel.
Lasagna.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on, yeah.
That makes me smile.
Or like any sort of Cajun cuisine has a roux.
Oh, that's true.
You start with it, a gumbo.
You cook it low and slow and a long time for things like gumbo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And just keep it. So what's nice is that this whisk is in real nice. But then again, if you need maybe a stiffer whisk. So this is why KOCHBLUME came out with this new set. A lot of people that have had these love these whisks here. It's the one that I use most of all is the whisk I'm using right now. But if you have, say, a thick batter, like just some pancake batter or cake mix or something like that, and you want a bit of a stiffer whisk, well, now you have the best of both worlds because this also has those balls, those silicone balls added to it, so it scrapes the bottom, but it's a little bit stiffer. So it's a little better for those thicker batters that you're doing like this. You can see there. And that'll just incorporate all that nice and fast together.
You know, sometimes the cake batter can be thick, but you know what is always thick batter? Cornbread batter.
Absolutely.
Cornbread batter. Particularly if it has peppers or cheese in it.
Oh, yeah. Or little bits of corn in it.
Or little bits of,
I love that. Now you're talking, buddy. Yeah.
And you pour that into a skillet with some melted butter and you bake it in the...
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's the way my grandma used to do it.
Or, you know, if you're doing eggs here and you want to incorporate air, that's where I'm using this one again. So this is why. Remember, if you want to add air, you want to do thinner things, use this one. For thicker things, for your cornbread. I should have corn. We're going to add that as a demo next time, David. Thank you.
Cornbread.
Yes. So really, if you want to whisk that up and get some air in there, and if you're doing egg whites, making a meringue, I do chili rellenos.
Oh, do you?
Oh, I love it. And that's just, you know what the chili relleno is? You whip the egg whites, and then you add the yolk.
Want some butter in the
Yeah, please. A little bit of butter.
Pardon my fingers.
Yeah, but then you whisk up the egg whites, and then you add yolk for color after it's nice and fluffy. And then you dip that batter and that's how you make chili rellenos.
I'm trying to get the butter melted evenly, and it's going to be...
There you go. Well, you know what?
That's even better.
Look at that. We could use this because it's heat safe. It's silicone, so it won't melt. It's not plastic or something like that. So there you go.
That's nice.
There you go. Let me get that in.
And then if you have a little extra butter in one part, then those eggs are just extra good.
Yeah. And of course, if you wanted to whisk this as you go, if you like them extra fluffy, you can go in here and whisk as it cooks because it is heat safe.
Yeah, start in the middle and then just kind of agitate, and you're going to have the perfect eggs. And a lot of people put milk in their scrambled eggs because they think they need the milk to make it creamy.
No.
Water makes it creamy.
How about that?
And cook eggs very slowly and gently. Don't put them on super high heat. Because if you put them on super high heat, they can seize up.
Yeah, they'll scorch.
So it's important to do it on gentle heat. And then stir all the while with a whisk just like this.
Yes, sir.
All right, now let's talk to you about colors. This is red, most popular. Here's graphite. We also have it in aqua. Aqua is most limited. And then finally we have green, which is more of a lime green. This is $24 and a great kitchen gadget. And when these get the least little bit dirty, pop them in the top rack of the dishwasher. That's silicone and metal. So you're looking at something that is very durable and very easy to clean.
Yeah, and again, if you're doing your sauces and things like that, this is why it has those 11 silicone balls at the end of those wires there, is so that it will get all the way to the bottom. If you just use a regular wire whisk, only one wire actually touches the bottom. So this way I can incorporate that emulsification, making two things that don't get along hold hands, right?
Right, well that's what they said.
Yeah, and of course, here's another thing I love is that maybe you want a smaller whisk. I can take this, David, and make it smaller like this. See, I could, because it stores nice and fine like this, so I can make it smaller. If you have a smaller bowl, like whenever I make sushi rice, you add sugar and salt to rice vinegar, and I'll do it in a small bowl and just whisk that together.
In this case, you're doing a little bit of cocktail sauce and horseradish?
Horseradish is cocktail sauce, right. Just showing that it'll work in a smaller bowl like that.
Now, if you like a wet scramble, these are ready.
There you go.
If you like yours a little more dry, then cook them a little longer. Just be careful they don't get too dry. What I also like to do is add a little cheese to that.
Oh, there you go.
That's nice. Whatever
eggs.
cheese makes you happy. It can be cheddar jack, it can be American, it can be sharp American. I'm a big fan of sharp American that they make cheesesteaks out of here in Philadelphia.
Gruyere, maybe.
Or maybe a little Gruyere.
Come on.
Maybe a little Dijon mustard. Just saying. All right, let me come over here and sit down